Hello there and welcome along. The Gardener Ben here with your next rose review, and I am absolutely astonished. Now, the smile on my face will hopefully tell you that I know that I'm on the right path doing what I do, and reviewing plants and roses is something that really makes my heart sing and makes me smile from ear to ear, because sometimes you find a rose like this one that just makes you beam. And I don't know where this rose has been. How has this rose avoided my attention for the last, I don't know, nearly 10 years? This beautiful cerise pink, almost red rose is Frilly from Peter Beales Roses. This is an exceptional variety, which I have been observing over recent weeks and months. And wow, it is absolutely stunning. As you can see here, I have an absolutely faultless plant in front of me. This is absolutely astonishing. It really, really is absolutely beautiful. This is a modern English classic rose, bred and introduced by Peter Beales, I believe in 2014, and named after the frilly cuffs, which belong to Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen. This is an astonishing variety, and it really, really has captivated my attention this year for several different reasons. The first of which is its health, its vigor, and the faultlessness of its actual foliage itself. Hopefully you can see that. I'm going to pick a little bit and bring that close to the camera for you. It is absolutely spotless. It is sublime. There is not a blemish, not a mark, nothing on this plant whatsoever, in a season where loads of other plants in the garden are really struggling. It's been exceptionally dry this year, which means plants have really been struggling for water. It has also still been exceptionally cold in the evening, which means in the evenings it's still damp and there's a hotbed, or even more, I should say, a cold bed for disease problems in the evenings because the nighttime temperatures are so low. But Frilly is absolutely spotless, completely blemish free. The other thing I particularly like about this variety from Peter Beales is the way it's holding its flowers, bolt upright towards the sky. This is going to be a fairly large variety, reaching around 1.2 meters, about 4 feet in height, and around 90 centimeters, around 3 feet wide. And I've got this lovely shelf in front of me, all the blooms held at the same level, all facing up to the sky on really nice, strong, sturdy, robust stems. It really, really is very pleasant. The actual flowers themselves are held in very, very large sprays. If I bring this close into the camera, look at that. There's 10, 11, maybe coming on 12 buds in that spray. That central flower already opening, that lovely dark cerise, almost red color. The blooms themselves are around 2.5, coming on to 3.5 inches in diameter. Really, really is quite attractive. I'm going to pick one and bring it close to the camera for you. I really should have filmed with this one before I did that, but never mind. There we go. There is the bloom there, deeply ruffled, deeply textured. You can see where it's getting its name from. Loads and loads of petals packed in tightly in that set with that central eye in the center. Lovely, lovely lime green button eye in the center, opening completely flat, disc-like in its shape. A lovely, deep, rich cerise pink, almost red. The buds really plump. They remind me very heavily of another rose from Peter Beales Roses, which is called Highgrove, which is a small climber or a large informal shrub. Very, very similar shape and very, very similar color to Highgrove as well from Peter Beales. But this is a beautiful all package rose. Really, really lovely, coming together, that lovely shelf-like look. All of the flowers held bolt upright on these really, really lovely upright stems. There's a small amount of burgundy to the stem itself. If I bring that closer to the camera, you'll see a small amount of burgundy red flushed up the actual stems themselves, which I like. It has a medium thorn count. Thorns are present in all parts of the actual plant itself, all the way from basically from the ground all the way to the very base of the flower spikes. And there is a small amount of mossing as well to the very, very back of the flower stem just before it reaches the actual flower itself. But Frilly from Peter Beales is absolutely exceptional. Great disease resistance, a huge flowering capability, beginning its blooming in mid to late June and flowering all the way through in wave after wave of flower to the back end of September and even into October, given the right season. This is a really lovely variety, and I cannot understand how this one has gone under the radar for so long with myself. Just look at that color, absolutely beautiful. So if you are looking for a deep, rich, I'm not saying I'm going to say it's crimson, because it's not quite crimson, but a dark magenta, strong pink, heading towards red in your garden, a very, very strong primary colour. If you are craving something deep, dark and mysterious in a garden border, or maybe you want to put this in a large container, Frilly Cuff is a rose that you're really going to want to look out for. So flowering freely all the way from the mid part of June to the end of September and into October. Great disease resistance. The fragrance, it's very, very light. It's only going to be scoring a 4 out of 10 for fragrance rating with myself, but paired that with an 8 out of 10 for disease resistance and a medium thorn count, you have an exceptionally wonderful garden variety from Peter Beales. This is Rose Frilly Cuff, and a really, really lovely rose it is too. I hope you look out for this one. Look out for much, much more media coming on this one from myself, the short and the reel, and of course the still pictures, because I'm going to be loving having this one in the garden. I'll see you all again very soon. Take good care now. Bye-bye.